Okay, so I've been hearing a lot of people making a whole lot of noise for us Donald Trump, making it in the office, like really, really caught him off guard to where, they saying a whole lot of negative and crazy stuff. But my thing to you is, some things are just beyond our control. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, if it's not meant to be, it's not gonna be. No matter no matter what. And this is one of those situations. Well, I believe it's one of those situations because Donald Trump disrespected a lot of different groups of people. Like he said some outrageous stuff, according to what I've heard. He was talking about sending people back to Africa. It's funny to me, but he was talking about sending people back to Africa. He talking about putting the wall up. He talked about the Muslims. Disrespected the females. He just disrespected a lot of different groups of people. If you think about it, so you know what I'm saying. You like, okay, if he disrespected all these people, then how in the world did he win the way that he won? Because it was like a blowout. And that's the part that people trying to figure out. The thing is, that's beyond your control. You got out, you voted, you encouraged other people to vote. You made different things happen to where people could vote. You did everything that you could do in your power to keep him out of the office, but he still made it in there by a long shot. It wasn't even a race, you know. So the thing I'm trying to get you to realize, that's beyond your control. You have no, you have absolutely no control over that. So the thing that we should start doing now is start looking past that and start preparing for what's to come. A lot of people starting to get nervous about, things that we have control over. People starting to talk about, money this, money that, gas and stuff. They're worried about a lot of, when it all comes boils down to it, they worried about a lot of money issues is starting to, come up now. But the thing is, you worried about the stuff you can't control. You can't stop the man from raising the gas prices. You can't stop that man from jacking the prices on this and that. But what can you control? What do you have the power to control? I can tell you one, your taxes. You know, you have the power to control your taxes, but like you won't take the time out to see how can you control your taxes. Yeah, we talk about income shifting. Yeah, we talk about home business, but how you actually looked at the benefit of having a home business? See, that's the issue. The things that's beyond our control is the things that we get the most. Uh, we get the most. What word I'm looking for? We get the most attention to. The things that we can control, we don't give attention to. We're gonna say our taxes. You can you can lower your taxes and keep the money that the government is taking from you. You can legally keep that money. You can control your child. You can control what your child sees, what they watch, what they read, what they hear, what they listen to, the people they hang around. You can control that. But by you not taking advantage of the things you can control, it causes issues in other areas. Look at the look at the community. All these, majority of the black kids going around here robbing, stealing, killing. They just like they all out of hand. But you're not worried about that. And I know you're not worried about it because it's your child, the one that's out there doing most of that. So you're not worried about that because if you're worried about that, you will make your child come in and respect you. But you're not doing nothing about it. I sit up here, we tell you the company that we in just 10,000 over 10,000 people enrolled in 1 month. That's 10,000 people that's trying to take control of their finances. When we say income shifting, I don't know what come to your mind when we say income shifting in home business, but if you sit down and look at it, you don't have what's your financial plan? If you lose your job right now, what would you do? What would you convert back to? Right now, you're probably not making enough money to make ends meet. So what you do? Probably working overtime. You probably got two or three jobs. Probably got a side hustle. Now we teaching you a strategy that will help you create a positive cash flow. Cause right now, a lot of us, even me, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck. If I miss one paycheck, if one paycheck is delayed, if a paycheck is delayed for an hour, nah, I ain't gonna say an hour. I can go for longer than an hour. But if a paycheck is delayed for a day, like I'll probably panic, you know. So I'm trying to place myself in a position to where I'm not in that situation, you know, to where I don't have to sit and wait on a paycheck like that. But that's what I'm doing. I'm developing a financial plan. I'm developing a financial strategy to help me create a positive cash flow. And when I say create a positive cash flow, that's getting ahead of the game. Right now, Trump is in the office. A lot of people are scared, nervous, they worry, but what are you doing to to fix that? You know, getting on Facebook and saying this and that is not gonna help. You probably thinking, well, now I gotta go get a second job, you know, just to prepare for what's gonna come. No, just revisit your W 4. You know, like I say, the things that you can control is what you need to be focusing on right now. We can control the money that the government taking out in Texas. We can control our children, you know, to drop the crime rate, to you know, stop a lot of that. We can control the communities. You know what I'm saying? If everybody get together like they used to be, you know how it used to be back in the days, you know, the people next door could, you know, get on to us to this and that. But let a neighbor get onto a child in the neighborhood. First, the child gonna let them have it. You know, you can say in between the ages of say 5 and 17. You know, 17 and up they're grown, 16 and up they're grown. You know, not literally, but according to the way that they live it and the way that they live life. Neighbor get on to a 10-year old. First, the 10-year old gonna let them have it. The 10-year old gonna speak their mind. They're gonna say this and that. Then they're gonna go home and tell, you know, the parent. Now the parent and the neighbor gonna get into it. Why? Because the child was out there doing something that they didn't have no business doing, and the neighbor got on to them, which is what they supposed to do. We supposed to look out for each other. That's what we supposed to do. Get on to each other whenever we slipping and doing, you know what I'm saying, irrelevant stuff. But what do? You as a parent in that situation, what would you do? Would you get onto your child or would you get into it with your neighbor for looking out for the stuff that your child is doing? See, that's the type of stuff that we have to learn to control that we can control. You know, but man, all this getting mad because he in the office. I mean, it's over. It's a wrap. It ain't nothing that can be done about it. You know, so it's just time to move forward from here. You know, we have to start, you know, working together. You know, a lot of people gotta have a lot of different ideas and thoughts floating around. You know, it's time to be open minded. You know, it's time to do something else. So the the whole purpose of this was for me to tell you, you know, some things are beyond your control. You just have no power in some fights. Leave it alone. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Don't stress, you know, don't trip, don't go blow up nothing, don't go move to Canada, don't go move, get on a boat and go back to Africa. No. Just focus on what you can do, what we can do. And, you know, everything will be better, you know, because y'all don't have to focus on that, but I'm gonna tell you, this home business I'm in, it's a lot of us that's, you know, we focus on what we can do. We're not focused on what we can't do because it ain't nothing we can do about it. We focus on what we can do, and we're making some moves, you know. And I like to say, just be open mind, you know, just be open minded because it's some powerful knowledge that's floating around.